Hey folks, welcome back to another video of me discovering Snapchat. Just an FYI, some viewer discretion for this video that I'm making right now. There's some content that is guided toward more mature audiences. I'm gonna talk about some stuff that may be traumatizing for some people. So just FYI. When I think about Snapchat, or I hear people talk about Snapchat and why their kids have it, they think it's harmless. My kiddo uses it to keep in contact with his buddies at school, their buddies at school, or maybe like friends on a team outside of school. But what I've been noticing is there's some pretty serious stuff to this app that you should just be aware of before you let your son or daughter download it. Now, I've personally kept my friends list low for this app as I discover it, but so I blocked out their names here. But these are all buddies I have here. I only have 3 of them right now on the app, but I want to show you one thing. Most people think that Snapchat became famous because it's supposedly the pictures or messages you sent disappeared. They vanished, right? That's why everybody's like, oh, it's harmless. I can send a picture to my buddy and it just disappears, and you can set the time how long you want it to vanish. It disappears and vanishes in 10 seconds or in 10 hours. But, and that got people into some trouble. Thinking that they could send maybe inappropriate images and they didn't have to really worry about it because they vanished. Well, I want to show you a couple things here. And I was testing around with my buddies here. And so I sent my buddies just a picture of me as an old man in the filter. But then my buddy here, I asked him to do this. If he could take a screenshot of it on his phone. You know how on an iPhone you click the top volume, hit the button on the side and screenshots? Well, just like that, you can see right here, he screenshotted it. And so I get a message saying screenshot just now. So the photo I took of him, which was fine, it was just a filter of me being an old man, he now has on his phone. And he can do with it whatever he wants. He can send it out to the internet to go wherever, or in some cases what people do is use that video or photo now to blackmail me or extort me. Here's another thing I found interesting in the week I've had Snap. Every day I seem to get a friend request, and it's from people I've never heard of, names I don't recognize or whatever. And usually it's like opposite gender. It's sending me all these requests that they've added me, but I have to accept them because I got my security locked up pretty tight. And I don't accept them because I have no idea who these people are. But I think this is part of an important role in the next story I'm about to share. This is from a CBC News article where it talks about sextortion, and it targets 2 out of every 3 teens. And this story was based on the actual research that the Snap company that owns Snapchat, actually went out and did the research for. So what is sextortion? Well, basically what happens is people eventually make the mistake of sending some inappropriate photo of themselves through Snap, thinking maybe it'll get deleted or whatever, and then these people do the screenshot of it, and then they use that to extort money from the people. And this is another interesting thing I found, that a lot of young males are actually targeted by these people in these sextortion cases. Here's an alarming number. Of those 2/3 of every teen that have had an attempt at sextortion, about 1/3 of them actually fall for it and they become targets of these scams. And since about 75% of teens have some kind of social media like this Snapchat, that means if you do the math, there's tens of millions of kids, teenagers, getting caught up in these scams, these extortion scams. Like here was a specific example of what they talked in the news story. This is a young boy by the name of Jordan DeMay, 17-year-old, got caught up in this, made the mistake of sending a picture to these scammers. And turns out they get the photo and then they tell him, hey, give us some money or we're going to send these photos out to all your friends and families on your friends list that we can see. And so he sent them money, and eventually he runs out of money. And what happened is Jordan here decided to take his own life. Here's another example. This is another 17-year-old Gavin Guffey that they talk about in the newspaper article. Same thing. Made the mistake, sent an inappropriate photo over line, thinking he was sending it to some female that they were chatting back and forth with, and turns out it was a scam artist who scammed him for money, and this guy was paying the money until he ran out of money, and then once he ran out of money, he chose to take his own life as well. So the point of this video, I guess, for parents is just have those conversations with your kids. There is a great chance that somebody will try to add them as a friend that they don't know. And they just like to have a big friend list probably, and they collect as many friends as they can. And one of those friends, eventually, from the odds of it, 2 out of every 3 of them are going to get asked to send an inappropriate photo. You got to have that conversation for what to do when that happens. Hopefully, your kiddo is smart enough just to blow off that person and just ignore them, hit block, and report. And then what happens if they do make the mistake of sending that photo? Talk to them about what to do then. It's okay to ask for help. Be a little embarrassed. Ask for help. And then the parents can help them out with that, because there's a good chance that at some point they're going to get hit up by this scam and just how to handle themselves. So everybody take care. Thanks for watching this video. Once again, I hope you learned something from it. From what I see, educational value for Snapchat, still 0. And the more I learn about it, I'm a little concerned and nervous about this and letting my kiddos have it someday.